What's good, folks? How we all doing? It is 15th of January 2019, and it's your boy NICKYJ.BLUNTZ coming at you hot with some FARMIN. Yo, what up, Scoot? How about that Brexit vote? Hype that chat. Got a raw review to listen to. So get that up.
I just think that they thought, no.
PTS Joe, oh wait, wrong show in Raw was a 6. I got internet again, so far so good. SmackDown.
Hell yeah.
PLZ, don't kill the vibe.
We're not killing the vibe, SmackDown. Don't do it, SmackDown. The CKS show. Thank you, CKS show.
You got your internet. Yeah, because now they're having the NXT call-ups that they've been showing the same vignette for weeks now on both shows. So not only does it diminish the brand split, but they said that they're going to have them on both shows so they can show you what they're made of, show you what they're capable of. What the fuck is the point of that? That's what NXT is literally for.
Right.
To show you who these people are.
Right.
So just have them go to a brand and be done with it. Call them up. Don't have them on the top right of your screen. Don't have Nikki Cross and be part of a 6-woman tag. You know, pick where they're going.
Right.
Don't have Heavy Machinery interrupt the Alexa, segment.
What was that, dude?
That was so weird. It was funny in one sense, but it wasn't. It was cringy at the same time.
Dude, that was really weird. I was like, what?
I do like the women's tag titles. They look nice.
They did. Oh my God, they did look good. No wonder Heavy Machinery came out there looking for
They
them.
wanted those belts, yeah.
Yeah, the belts look so good. They were like, we got to have those. We got to get some of those belts.
I don't see how Lacey Evans' gimmick is going to get over, and I agree with Diva Bible. He said the harder they try, the stupider things get. They felt out of touch a lot tonight.
Yeah,
I want to give them credit, like you said. They were competent. They really tried to put a lot of detail forward. Even with the Vince thing, this is his driver, this is his limo. And it wasn't dumbed down either. Like they were just adding attention to detail, but the end result was just making your top guy into a total buffoon. So the payoff isn't there. Everything that they did with the in-ring segment with Vince and John Cena, I liked what everybody had to say on the mic. I liked what Baron Corbin had to say. Drew sounded good. I wish they brought up, and they kind of like alluded to it, but Vince is like, oh, you like this, right? Because Drew McIntyre was Vince's chosen one for a long time. Remember that?
Right.
And that entire angle. So they kind of not really made light of it, but there was a little wink and a nod there. Problem is that then you see McIntyre shit can everybody, and then they cut to commercials. I know you're going to have it in the main event. It was just the way that it ends. It's like we have a decent idea, and then they kill it.
Mm. Yeah,
it really just feels all over the place.
It feels like it's like they tell them. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what to say, but it's like they're like chickens running around with their heads cut off or something like that. It's very, very strange, but like I'm just like Raw was so bad before. Raw was so stale before that the show tonight just seems that much better because before it was such a coma. But yeah. I don't think that this show is going to win you new fans, but at least it won't put the fans that have been here every week to sleep. So I mean, like those are the positive things. Wow, we were really behind.
Give it a hell yeah!
Congrats to the Pussy Slayer Finn Balor. Did you guys hear Corey Graves tell Renee Young that hopefully her sugar bear retains tonight, referencing the stupid serial AD? Also, I feel this nonsense was because of UK fans and AU making him look dumb.
Maybe. I just think that they thought they're clearly trying to tell that story. Vince was like the Goon, thanks for the donation.
Give it a hell yeah!
Didn't set him up.
The
He's the
unveiling
underdog.
of the women's tag titles was underwhelming.
Yes.
It was immediately overshadowed by a Heyman's usual Universal Champ promo and a strange debut.
I don't get
I
that.
guess WTF was that. Anyways, 5/10 from me. Pace was nice but seemed like a clusterfuck.
Stow Code Steve Boston, I agree. The pace was nice,
What?
but it was a clusterfuck. It was a
Well,
fire
come here.
sale or something tonight. But
You
the
know what
belts
you're
look
supposed
so
to
good. They
fucking
should have
do.
unveiled
Come
it in a way better way.
Well, I
Was
have
the
my
leader of the
I have my
itty bitty
headset
titty
on. I'm
committee.
listening to something.
Yeah, well, but she's still hot. Mike,
What's wrong with
Literals.
you?
Thank you for $2.
Come over here.
They should have a great,
Come
like,
over
the
here.
belts look awesome.
Give it a hell yeah!
So Sean comes back and wins Rumble, Taker in a casket match.
Imagine that. Shawn Michaels comes back and wins the Rumble. Dude,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. People might think that that's ridiculous, but I would love that. I'd
People would mark out for it in some way, and then you know, Undertaker gets the title, Elimination
God.
Chamber again. And they're like,
I'm gonna face Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble.
Well,
Cena is slowly turning into Ernest.
Yeah, everyone's been sending that meme for the last week of Cena slowly turning into Ernest. He really does. He's got a big bald spot. He's got my bald spot.
Ernest goes to camp, you know.
Dude,
About to get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
Just finished NXT UK TakeOver and I fell asleep 3 times. I was not impressed. Can't wait for TakeOver Phoenix. Ricochet and Gargano, good time up.
wow, William Ritchie, thanks for the $5. It seems like the NXT UK didn't hit on the same cylinder as the NXT does.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to respond that way on Twitter.
Why is that, I wonder?
I saw 2/3 of it. I missed. I forget which match I missed, and I enjoyed what I saw. It didn't blow me away like the other takeovers do, though. I will admit.
William Ritchie, thank you. I'm going to be reviewing it on Patreon. So it's coming up.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. Yeah, I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
What's up, Alex?
Just slipped on ice doing garbage like a jackass outside. Nice bruise tomorrow on hip.
Yeah. that
Wishing
sucks.
Otis grinded on Alexa during that set. Finn, Lesnar is like 2 years too late.
That's hot.
Finn, Devlin amazing on set. Sign of the horns, sign of the horns.
Thank you, Fade to Black. And I hope you get better, man, from that ice fall.
That sucks.
Because that really blows. And one thing we haven't talked about yet, we'll get into it in a few minutes, is the Bobby Lashley thing. Holy shit, this guy just won
Yeah.
the Intercontinental Championship. And
Talk about, you know, dumbfounded. I was surprised.
leaving Seth Rollins open to win the Royal Rumble.
Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
I would have an anxiety attack too and need some Xanax and K-pins if everyone knew I said. I banged Stephanie, and then she's right in front of me.
Yeah, no kidding. All his old comments come to light, and he's like, ah. Stephanie walks in. What did you say?
You know what?
My chest is really tight.
Raheem, thank you. But you know what? I bet Stephanie probably played it off like, Lars, you don't have to worry. I know how the people are. And, you know, Chris Jericho once did this to me or whatever. That's what Stephanie is like. But then once he leaves the room, she's probably like, you sick fucking asshole.
I'm gonna just like,
Dude, he's like, well, imagine if they found out what I said about him. I get hired, like, oh, remember when he said he was going to come to New Hampshire? And, well, but no.
yeah, Matt the Misfit donated $1. It popped up before, but it doesn't obviously read.
Oh, Matt the
But he
Misfit,
said,
thank you.
why didn't Lars have anxiety attacks on NXT? But all of a sudden he does on the main roster.
It's true, it's weird.
That's why I said I find it odd that, you know, he said he never had issues with, you know, clinical depression or anxiety before, and then suddenly this happens on a night where he was only supposed to be aired on a dark match. He wasn't even going to be on the main, you know, the main show.
They didn't need to. That's why when you say like they did it on purpose, it's like, well, why would you do that? Because nobody would have known.
I'm saying they leaked this kind of story to cover it on purpose. I'm saying like he didn't actually have an anxiety attack, but they're giving him an out. something else happened. It seems so odd
They
that
could
they're
have
saying,
just said he was sick. Like he got really sick. He's got food poisoning, anything.
but anxiety means, oh, you can't handle it, you can't come back, so kind of like
So you're saying
it's indefinite. Food poisoning you recover from.
Wait a minute, you're saying this because they're done with him.
It's just an outlandish guess.
How
but
can you
it
go
seems so odd? And
how do you go from giving a guy 6 weeks of vignettes and about to push this guy as this crazy thing, and who is gonna vie for his services, SmackDown or Raw? This is amazing, dude. I like. Is anyone aware that they push this guy like maniacs every week? This guy was the most anticipated pushed thing for the last 8 weeks or something on the show.
yeah,
And
it's been a huge deal, and then all of a sudden it just dissipates. That's why I said it's so bizarre that now.
what is going on? Like, it's such a this is a crazy dude. I made a video the other day and almost nobody made videos about it, and I was like, dude, this is the most important story going on right now. This is so important. Like, what is happening with Lars Sullivan? This is very strange. Very strange.
You know, is he being punished? Is he being held back? Is this a true, medical issue?
It has to be, because nobody would plan, or nobody would do this. This is the dumbest thing ever. The freak Lars Sullivan is coming. All these vignettes. Oh, and they didn't. And people are like, oh, there were reports of a anxiety attack, and he went home, and they basically said on Raw, they said, like, all right, don't worry about it. We'll just have you, you'll do the dark match on SmackDown. It's not a big deal. Come to SmackDown. Oh, and then he just goes home. This is classic anxiety or depression or ADD or, whatever you want to call it. So many different things it could be. Who knows what's going on? There could be something in his personal life that none of us know about, and that's why the anxiety attack's happening. That would make more sense because, like we said, he's been in huge matches before in NXT. He's like, dude, this guy, the guy's so big, man, and amazing live. Like, you can't understand. When you see this guy live, you're like, God damn, man, this guy's Killer Kowalski and George the Animal Steel, like, rolled into one. It's very crazy. This is such a weird and horrible thing. Because who the fuck is going to now think this guy's a beast? Wow. Oh, this guy.
And even more so is, like, the people picking it up for the news now, like, comicbook.com posted an article earlier today. I mean, them of all people, they do cover WWE even now and again, but it's not like one of the main focuses on their site. They do, bigger stories, but WWE told us that Lars Sullivan will soon make his debut, as we know, and then they said that, has he gone AWOL? They don't know, and they post their, little tidbits of info, nothing we haven't really discussed already, but it's being picked up outside of the wrestling landscape, and now you see PW Mania stating Lars Sullivan is not communicating with WWE officials, and his debut plans are in serious jeopardy. That's as of this morning.
What the fuck is going on?
They said WWE management spoke to Sullivan, and their feeling after last week, he said he had an anxiety attack, everything was fine. And then his main roster debut, a dark match, was rescheduled for SmackDown, which we knew, and then he didn't show up to SmackDown, and apparently they haven't had word with him. They said over the weekend, Sullivan having an anxiety attack is indeed true, as management is trying to help him through the issues. Sullivan has not been in contact with management since last week.
Jesus Christ, bro.
So now he's been, AWOL and with no contact to any of the WWE management since last week.
Dude, this is so weird. This is so bizarre. Like, what is happening? Like, what is happening? This guy was...
He was supposed to work with Cena at WrestleMania, so now that's up in the air and in serious jeopardy. Vince McMahon is extremely unhappy at this turn of events, and the heat is all falling on the shoulders of Triple H, who pushed for Sullivan's promotion to the main roster and advocated for his impending mega push.
And he also advocated for Enzo and all those other people, too, so Vince is going to be
Vince
like...
is furious, and that's another article. Vince McMahon upset with Triple H over recent issues.
Dude, who are these new wrestlers? What happened to Steve Austin, The Rock, and D'Lo fucking Brown? Dude, what are these wrestlers? Morrow has this problem with something. Lars has this issue. Other people's feelings and are crying, and nobody will speak up for themselves. Though, it's like, what the fuck is this time? I gotta grab something real quick.
I suffered from anxiety attacks, and some of it was even medically induced because of the medicines I was on. That was some of the side effects, and It's no joke. I mean, you could be driving down the road, all of a sudden it hits you. You know, you're not upset, you're not stressed, you're not worried, you're not sad. Just you can't calm your emotions down.
No, I get it too.
Chest gets tight.
I've had them rarely, but I've had them. It's a rare thing for me, but I know what they're like. They're debilitating in many ways.
Yeah,
so I get it. But I just feel like
has,
something else is up here, like almost. It's just very, but not what you were saying, but something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab my coffee, Jake. Take over for 1 second, okay?
Yeah, the timing of it is just so bizarre, and it especially with the AEW announcement, people are going there like, oh, is he going AWOL for AEW? His contract, even if he did leave for somewhere else, I guarantee there's a no-compete clause in his contract that would hold him, you know, from wrestling anywhere else for upwards of a year. You know, and yeah, I mean, John, you're right. That's the problem. You know, you take a pill to get rid of the side effects of another pill, which then causes you to take another pill, which, you know, so big pharmaceutical does nothing but screw everybody over nowadays. And none of the issues are actually addressed or taken care of, but that's a whole nother issue for another time. It's just bizarre. It's so random. I have a hard time fathoming that, you know, if he did have a legitimate issue, why that would keep him from moving forward. Maybe, you know, he got worried. Okay, I'm going to be this big star. This is all on my shoulders now. They are going to push me, and the idea of success made him, you know, actually anxious, and he had a bad anxiety attack. For him not to contact anybody and to go ahead and, you know, basically ruin his future, I don't know. It just seems so just odd. You've worked for this for so long. This is something you want above all else. Here's your opportunity, and you walk away from it. Like we said, we can't read his mind. We don't know what's going on in his personal life. The timing of it is just random for sure. And if there is an issue, I hope he gets better. It just feels like some type of like cover story in a sense. Maybe he did have that initial anxiety attack, but they were already souring on him, or, you know, Vince didn't want to go through with the push, and they just used this as an opportunity to shit can him. We've seen them screw over people in the past that they don't care for. Anything's possible, really. So, I mean, it certainly feels like, regardless of whatever the reason is, his career is over before it ever started on the main roster. And I don't see a way that they can really recover at this point in time. So, now Finn's getting pushed. I said at the beginning of the show, I'm not sure if Finn getting a push is solely on the shoulders of Braun still being injured and not cleared for the Rumble. That's why Braun was taken out of his match with Brock Lesnar. Or is it something, you know, just that simple, that innocuous, that's it, you know? All right, Braun's injured. We need another top guy. Seth's already going to be in the Rumble, and so is now Dean. So here we go. You're going to fill the space. It could be that simple. Now we got, you know, Demon Finn versus the Beast Brock Lesnar. Demon versus Beast. Great match. A lot of fans have been clamoring to see it. I know I wanted to see it, you know, at the previous Rumble, so it should be quite the spectacle. Gets the internet talking, gets people's interest built back up, and the fans are already behind Balor. So that works. Or is it something of Vince? You know, he often is very petty. We've seen them, you know, last week reportedly throw out people wearing AEW merchandise. It just, Vince's pettiness knows no bounds. So is this something of a bit of a punishment in a way for what was chanted by the fans over the weekend? You know, Vince, are you watching? Those kind of chants that were made. We don't really know. Regardless, I'm a huge Finn Balor mark for the most part. You know, I followed him in New Japan for a long time, and you know, Prince Devitt is a hell of a star. In WWE, he hasn't accomplished as much as that I would have liked to have seen him do. But I also feel like a lot of his opportunities were stifled after he got injured previously. So, unfortunately, it took a lot of wind out of his sails after he won the Universal Championship initially. But I know that they can get a lot of, you know, life out of him and his character. Problem is that I don't think he works great as a face. You know, when he created the Bullet Club and everything that he was able to accomplish over there in New Japan, you know, and elsewhere, certainly serves him well as a heel. So it'd be interesting to see what we get from him going forward, if they are putting momentum back into his stock. But, you know, I agree with what Alexander just said. Finn was a legend until he came to WWE or to Raw. You know, he was a big deal and, you know, multiple time champion in different you know, companies over the time.
He's
so.
got a good package though. Like he's got, I mean, not a. I mean, he's got a, you know, he's got the whole
Valor clubs for everyone.
He's got the people cheering with him when he does the thing with the lights. He's got a damn good song, and he's good even without the demon. Like that's the cool thing. Like he's great without the demon, but then he has this X factor that is the demon.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just really cool. And I'm cooking. My fucking coffee didn't start, so now I got to run back up.
So,
I got to run.
Yeah, and
back
the
up
demon
again.
hasn't been overused either, which
Right.
You know, that is a great thing in my book. I was worried that it was just going to be a constant, and I'm glad it's not, because when he does come out with the, you know, full body paint and the special entrance, it's just that special. It feels like a spectacle.
It might be underused.
Yeah, it might be. It might be a little bit.
Do you think it's underused? Like by like, do you think I feel like we should have seen the demon 1 or 2 more times by now, because
yeah, I agree.
What has it been, a year and a half or a year?
I'm trying to remember.
SummerSlam, not last SummerSlam, the SummerSlam before.
No, he faced AJ as the demon when him and AJ went head to head before AJ faced Brock. Remember, because AJ flew in to replace somebody in that match.
Oh, right,
and
right.
AJ ended up
there was no
title,
demon there.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, but the last demon I remember was the surprise one, the SummerSlam one, where we actually wasn't a surprise because we thought he would do that because they no-sold it completely. And then we're like, oh, he's going to come out as the demon. That'd be crazy. Imagine if he comes out as the demon versus Brock Lesnar.
That's what I'm saying. And Vince does, yeah,
Wow.
Lewis is right. Vince does want the demon to be undefeated. That's why I said the Beast versus the demon would be
Oh, my
badass.
God, dude. I'm
That's
down
why I
with
said
that.
the internet is already buzzing, and it certainly puts a great deal of emphasis on this match at the Rumble. So I just wonder, is it because Braun's out? You know, Braun's injured, so they really just need to replace, you know, one star with another? Or is Vince being essentially petty for all the UK chants that happened at the UK TakeOver event, and Balor kind of being at the forefront of that show? Or is it something just, you know, like I said, a dream match scenario that they want to happen just to push ticket sales? So I guess we'll kind of...
Let's get ill.
white dope, North Face, everything, face down in the snow. They gon' take them on the high, we been working on the low. Cloud boys 2016, bitch, we about to walk. Just to let you pussy know I smoke dope in Tokyo. Body fans in the squares, yeah, with expensive hoes. Yeah, my fitty sticks are full, yeah, I spit sticks are full. Champagne on a plane, call it break, don't you know? Yeah, walk up in a party in my polo fleece with my rose gold teeth, yellow hair, OB, love it, no police, pay cash, no lease. I got police money, weed, put dope, money condo, a teller beat, I might sort of go splash, with the lead, Sarah, goes all the way
Push me to the edge, down. All my friends are dead, down. Push me to the edge. All my friends are dead, down. Push me to the edge, down. All my friends are dead, down. Push me to the edge, down. It's out on the back, and the right. I need that. I'm ready on that. I'm ready on that. I'm on the right. All the way to the next one.
Yo, what up, man?
Shit, really. Waiting for my meat to thaw out so I can cook dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna make some homemade enchiladas tonight.
Fucking just send her on down way there, guy.
Hey, where'd Nikki go? I just saw her on screen.
She's coming back.
Better get more interactive and talk more in the chat and hype it up.
Yeah.
When she gets back, tell her I said hype that chat.
Hype that chat. Good. Yeah, everything's going good. I think so, yeah.
So the groceries getting a major overhaul.
What'd you say, Steven? Sorry.
So the grocery department's getting a major overhaul?
Well, they just put pallet drops in. And then we had to change some stuff around in shelving. Steven said to hype that chat.
And dude, I almost blew up on myself and got real pissed. But I calmed myself down in like a matter of 2 seconds because I thought of something real quick.
What?
So about 15 minutes ago, it might have took me about 20 minutes, but I decided to move my computer desk and computer into my bedroom because it's the warmest part in the house. I was like, why didn't I think about this earlier? You know, turn down my furnace and move my computer into my bedroom, into the warmest part of the house. That way I don't have to have this oil heater next to me to keep warm out in the living room. Oh shit, coffee fit. And so I got my computer and desk and everything in my bedroom and rearranged my bed so I got a little bit more room for everything. I was like, okay, I'm gonna pull the wire.
Pull your mic closer to your mouth.
I'm gonna pull my Ethernet wire from underneath that house, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I pushed it down, got it underneath, and then I went into the middle of the house where I have my modem in my small bedroom, which I'm working on painting and I'm gonna put hardwood floor in there. And so I start pulling on it, the cord. And I was just gonna temporarily for the wintertime just tap it inside of the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just go over the doorway of my bathroom before my bedroom. Gonna just wire it, staple it that way. Seemed like a great plan. So I start pulling on the cord, and then there's some tension. It's like, shit, it must be caught on something. So I did another big tug on it, and then the cord broke. It's like, shit, now I'm gonna have to go to Menards and get like another Ethernet cord. I was getting real pissed for a couple seconds there. And I was like, wait, I have a USB stick Wi-Fi thing. Plug that in. And then I was like, why isn't anything showing up? It took me a couple minutes to realize that, yeah, I gotta install the software.
Uh-huh.
I was like, fuck, I don't got internet to install the software for the USB stick Wi-Fi.
It's on it.
No, it's not.
It's not.
No.
What kind of stick is it? What brand?
Netgear. And then I realized, I was like, wait a second, let me open up my tote of computer parts and stuff and software and all that, and sure enough, yeah, the Netgear CD was in there for the USB stick. I was like, sweet, I'll go get a internet cord here in a couple days or so. So I'd rather be hardwired in than going off of Wi-Fi.
Right.
Well, luckily, yeah, I found the disc and got my Wi-Fi USB stick working. It seems like it's fast speeds and everything, so I might not even have to really go get it for it, but I still want to. Just that anal about it. I'd rather be wired in than Wi-Fi. Because supposedly it's faster speeds.
Well, just a straight connection.
Yeah. It just feels weird having my fucking desk and everything in my bedroom. But I'll get used to it. Figured, why the fuck not? I'm a single guy. Nicky just get off of work?
Yeah, I guess an hour ago. When did you get
Is
off?
that-
3:30 or 3?
Because I see her wearing her blue shirt.
No, we got some Myers chicken fries frozen. And some fries, and we used the air fryer, and it turned out pretty good.
Right on.
I think, at least.
I want to get me one of those air fryer things.
It's for healthy people, man. It doesn't deep fry your food.
My freaking alcoholic friend tells me he swears by it. My sister swears by it. They just love the things. The only thing my friend says that he hates about it is when he wants to do like chicken or pork chops in it, he can only put like 2 at a time.
Right.
And he's trying to feed him and his 2 sons. So he's like, that's the shitty part about it. Well, when my sister first got hers, like maybe 6 months ago, I went over there and she cooked me up some, deep fried pickles.
Never had them.
But they're not deep fried because they're air fried.
Right.
So and they tasted just the same, but no grease. And really, they're not really expensive at all. They're only like $40. Did you watch that video I sent you yesterday?
Oh no, I never did. I will though.
this is great. I'm gonna send you another something. Check it out when you got some free time. But this guy did a pretty cool thing for 7 Days to Die with the drawbridge.
What?
And kind of hard to explain, but I didn't even watch the full video because it's 20 minutes long. I just kept skipping through it. But after I send you the video, I'll put down like a good marker to look when he finally finishes it.
Okay.
Which is like towards the end, but I'll put a number to skip to after you skip through it yourself. But it's a good design. Seems like it might work. But the thing is, I don't know if it'll work on doing it online, because he had to go in to the XML files.
Oh, really?
And delete a couple things. That way the garage doors would lay flat.
Oh, I gotcha.
So I don't know if it'd work online or not. I bet the only way it would work is if it did work online, is, you know, everyone that was on the server deleted those files too.
Right.
But he was like, of course, you know, make a copy of the whole entire game files. Put that away somewhere, you know. Because I've tested out other mods and stuff before. I've always made a copy of the original game file before I modded it. Oh, basically, yeah, it's what he's just saying is basically a lot of XP, you know, because you'll be able to kill them and they won't get to you.
Right.
Driver update for NVIDIA. get one recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, today. That's when it came out with. Release date 1/15. To download or not to download? Alright, well done. Why do they keep coming out with updates for drivers? Does it
new stuff?
Does it when they come out with new drivers, it goes across every NVIDIA driver, no matter what graphics card you have?
I think so, yes.
It's a universal update.
Hey, Steven.
Yo.
Hold on a sec.
Sorry, I didn't say I was
No, you're
AFK. I went to the bathroom real quick.